Hello, Alabama. Christian Garrett is ready to commit and will announce his commitment, but the question is he coming to Alabama? Let's analyze this now. Sign up to keep getting more Alabama football news. Such an interesting move in the world of college football recruiting. Christian Garrett, a four-star defensive line prospect, appears to be generating real high expectations among recruiters, particularly with the Georgia Bulldogs and Alabama. The news that Garrett plans to announce his commitment soon is certainly keeping a lot of fans waiting with bated breath. He is one of the top recruiting targets for the Georgia team. But what about Alabama? However, it is interesting to note that despite being considered one of the favorites to go to Georgia, Garrett also included Alabama among his top 7 schools. And this is where things get interesting. While the Bulldogs may be confident because of Garrett's scheduled official visits, we can't ignore the fact that Alabama is also in the running. With a list that includes powerhouses like Clemson, USC and Tennessee, Alabama's presence among Garrett's picks is a clear indication that the Crimson Tide are willing to fight for this promising talent. And let's be honest, when Alabama is interested, it's hard to ignore this wonderful football. Additionally, we can't help but notice the timing of Garrett's official visits. Scheduling a visit to Alabama after visits to favorites like Georgia and Clemson could signal a change in the wind. Can DeBoer and his coaching staff persuade Garrett to consider a change of plans? Another point to consider is the fact that Garrett is an excellent student. This shows not only his skill on the field, but also his commitment to academic excellence, something programs like Alabama value highly. While the Bulldogs may be confident about Garrett's scheduled visits, Alabama's presence in the equation adds an extra dose of suspense and uncertainty to that narrative. And where does Christian Garrett go? Will he follow the expected path for Georgia, or will Alabama surprise everyone and secure his talent? Continuing. College football is huge in the United States, and nowhere does this passion burn more brightly than in the heart of Alabama. It is a state where football is not just a sport, it is a tradition, and it moves passions. And now, with the departure of the legendary Nick Saban, eyes are on a new leader to guide the Crimson Tide to glory. Kalin Dorr, a South Dakota man, may seem like an unusual choice to some, but his arrival in Tuscaloosa didn't go unnoticed. When he landed in the city, he was greeted by a crowd of passionate fans, eager to witness the next chapter in Alabama history. And who could blame them? Replacing an icon like Saban is no easy task, but DeBoer brings with him an impressive track record, with stints at renowned programs like Fresno State and Washington. His appearance on the Ryan Russillo podcast revealed a man honored by the opportunity, aware of the immense responsibility that falls on his shoulders. He shared his admiration for the fans' fervor and the palpable excitement surrounding the Tide program. And how not to get emotional? This is a place where football is more than a sport, it is a way of life, a tradition that spans generations. However, DeBoer knows that spring cheers don't guarantee fall victories. He understands the pressure that comes with the role, the expectation of constant success that permeates each season. After all, in Alabama, nothing less than perfection is acceptable. That's why he is immersed in his preparation, aware that the season is approaching and that the real test is yet to come. But even with the challenges ahead, DeBoer embraces the Alabama spirit, the camaraderie that unites the state around his beloved team. He recognizes the significance of football to the soul of Alabama, how it serves as a unifying force, a point of pride for all its inhabitants. And it's that understanding, that connection to the essence of Alabama football, that makes him not just a coach but a keeper of tradition, a leader destined to leave his mark on Tide history. And do you believe in DeBoer's work? Now continue, because there's more news. The 2023 season has started for Alabama with typical ferocity. The Crimson Tide's roars echo through Bryant-Denny Stadium as Jaylen Milo, in his first season as a starter, threw 5 touchdowns in less than 3 quarters against Middle Tennessee State. But then came the blow, a heartbreaking loss to Texas, followed by a hard-earned victory against South Florida. Fans' faith wavered, but he didn't give up on being a big standout at Bama. Jaylen Milo, initially overshadowed by interceptions and sacks, found his inner fire. After a turbulent start, he turned disbelief into approval, leading the Crimson Tide with unwavering determination. Over the next 7 weeks, Milo transcended expectations, reducing mistakes and shining in crucial moments. The Alabama quarterback became the architect of epic comebacks, throwing 15 touchdowns and rushing for 8, showing a resiliency that echoed the soul of the Crimson Tide. His dynamic style captured hearts and minds, culminating in a spectacular SEC championship win. But despite the playoff loss, Milo's legacy cannot be underestimated. Under the spotlight of the college football playoff, he demonstrated fierce determination, even in his darkest hours. The promise of his potential captured the hearts of fans and the eyes of NFL recruiters. The 2025 draft hangs like a beacon of hope for Jaylen Milo. Experts consider him a coveted jewel, a diamond in the rough destined to shine in the ranks of the professional league. New Alabama football coach Kalin Dorr is now the mentor, guiding Milo on his journey toward stardom. With Jaylen Milo at the helm, the Crimson Tide is ready to defy expectations, rising from the ashes of defeat and ascending to the heights of greatness. For Crimson Tide fans, Milo's journey embodies the resilience and determination that define the spirit of Alabama football. What do you think? Will he go to the draft in 2025? Now the latest news. Speaking of Alabama's Jaylen Hail. In an emotional update shared on social media, Hail offered her supporters an optimistic outlook on her recovery, promising an epic comeback. His injury, considered significant, suffered during spring practice with the Crimson Tide, sidelined him for several weeks, including the spring game. However, Hail's determination does not waver. Although the timetable for his return remains uncertain, his resilient stance and positive attitude are testaments to his inner strength. Blessed to see another day, Hail shared, conveying gratitude for the opportunity to face each new dawn. His message resonates with hope and confidence, fueling the spirit of those who support him on his journey to recovery. Hail's return is shrouded in mystery, but one thing is certain: he is determined to overcome any obstacle in his path. His burning desire for an epic comeback is a testament to his passion for the game and his will to triumph over adversity. As a former four-star, Hail demonstrated his talent as a wide receiver during his rookie season, leaving a significant mark on the field. Despite the physical trials, his unwavering determination echoes through his words and actions, inspiring admirers and teammates alike. As Hail recovers, Alabama football eagerly awaits his return, knowing his presence on the field will add a valuable dimension to the game. Their journey of overcoming embodies the resilience of the Crimson Tide, reminding everyone that sometimes you have to weather storms to achieve greatness. Let's hope for Jaylen Hail's quick return. And what is your opinion? Comment.